The clock is ticking, and the universe is sending its final call. Tonight's full moon isn't just another phase, it's a cosmic alarm bell, a force shaking the very foundation of reality. The energy flooding in isn't subtle, it's intense, unrelenting, and impossible to ignore. If you've felt restless, drained, or like something is about to shift dramatically, you're not imagining it. Something is coming. This isn't just about the moon glowing in the night sky. It's about the hidden forces stirring beneath it. Ancient civilizations knew the power of a full moon. Seers, mystics, and prophets all understood that moments like this mark a turning point in history. And this one? It's different. The vibrational shift hitting the planet tonight will separate those who are prepared from those who are blind to the signs. The universe has been whispering, dropping hints in dreams, synchronicities, and strange encounters. But now, it's no longer whispering, it's shouting. You might have felt the energy crackling in the air, as if something unseen is pulling the strings of fate. This is no coincidence. Miss this warning, and you may find yourself lost in the storm of change. But if you're ready, if you understand what's unfolding, you can ride this wave straight into transformation. The next few hours are crucial. What you do, what you avoid, and how you align your energy tonight will determine the course of the days ahead. Are you ready to tap into the full moon's power before it slips away? If so, type "I'm ready" in the comments below. As my new channel faces challenges in reaching those who need this message the most, your support is crucial. Please like, share, and subscribe to help spread the word. 1. The energy grid reset is already happening. The energy grid of the Earth is like the nervous system of a living being, constantly pulsing with frequencies that connect everything. Right now, this grid is undergoing a massive reset, like a computer rebooting to install a new system upgrade. The electromagnetic field around the planet is shifting, and whether you realize it or not, your body is syncing to it. This is not just a small adjustment. It's a fundamental change in the way energy flows through you and around you. Just like how a radio station needs to fine-tune its frequency to catch a clear signal, your own energy field is adjusting to this new vibration. Some people will experience this as an awakening, while others may feel overwhelmed, as if their internal compass is spinning out of control. One of the most immediate effects of this shift is the way certain places will begin to feel either deeply draining or incredibly energizing. Some locations that once felt normal may now seem heavy, as if you're walking through thick fog, while others may make you feel weightless, as if you've stepped into a higher dimension. This happens because energy is realigning, much like the way a magnet pulls metal objects toward it while repelling others. Pay attention to how different places affect you. This is your body's way of showing you where you are meant to be and where you should avoid. If you walk into a room and feel like you're carrying an invisible backpack full of bricks, it's a sign that the frequency of that place is no longer in harmony with yours. On the other hand, if you suddenly feel lighter and more clear-headed in certain environments, those are the spaces where your energy can expand. Another powerful sign of this reset is unexplained exhaustion. If you've been feeling drained even after a full night's sleep, your body isn't just tired, it's upgrading. Just like a phone that slows down while installing a major update, your physical and energetic systems are working behind the scenes to recalibrate. This is why some people feel an overwhelming need to rest, while others experience sudden bursts of energy followed by deep fatigue. The body is shifting between the old and the new, adapting to the higher vibrational energy that is now flooding the planet. It's not just about physical tiredness. This exhaustion can also show up as mental fog, an inability to focus, or even emotional ups and downs. The best thing to do is listen to your body. If you need extra sleep, take it. If you feel restless, move your body to help the energy settle. For many, this shift will also bring moments of sudden dizziness or lightheadedness, as if the ground beneath them is no longer stable. This happens because the frequency of the earth is rising, and your body is adjusting to a new rhythm. Imagine standing on a moving escalator after being on solid ground. There's a moment where your balance wavers before you find your footing. This is exactly what's happening on an energetic level. If you feel random waves of dizziness, tingling, or even a sense that your body is slightly vibrating, it's not your imagination. You are syncing to the new energy flow, much like a tuning fork, aligning with a new pitch. Another unmistakable sign that the energy grid reset is in motion is the sudden appearance of unusual weather patterns or unexplained electrical malfunctions. Storms, temperature fluctuations, and strange sky phenomena are more than just random occurrences. They are signs that the Earth's energy field is shifting. Just as the human body responds to energy changes with symptoms like headaches or fatigue, the planet also reacts in its own way. Technology, too, is deeply connected to energy, and during times of great frequency shifts, electrical devices may behave strangely. You might notice flickering lights, phone glitches, or even street lights turning off as you walk past them. These are not coincidences. They are signals that the energetic structure of reality itself is being rewritten. This energy reset is not something to fear, but rather a transformation to embrace. It's like the breaking of a storm. Before the air feels fresh and renewed, the discomfort, exhaustion, and confusion are temporary, signs that something greater is unfolding. The Earth is realigning, and in the process, so are you. 2. Unfinished cycles are being forced closed. Life moves in cycles, much like the changing of seasons. But right now, the universe is stepping in to force the closure of unfinished cycles that have been lingering in your life. Imagine a book with loose pages. No matter how many times you try to move forward, those pages keep getting in the way. The energy shift happening now is like a firm but necessary hand pressing that book shut, ensuring you can finally move on. Whether you are ready or not, the past is resurfacing for one last resolution. Old conflicts, unresolved emotions, and long-forgotten wounds are rising to the surface, not to haunt you, but to be healed once and for all. If something keeps replaying in your mind or emotions from years ago suddenly feel fresh again, it's because the universe is urging you to address what was left undone. You cannot step into the next chapter of your life while carrying unfinished business from the last. As part of this closure, you may suddenly hear from people you thought were long gone. An old friend, a former partner, or even a distant family member may unexpectedly reach out. These aren't coincidences. They are the universe's way of bringing finality to lingering connections. Some of these interactions will provide peace, offering long overdue apologies or explanations. Others may simply serve as a reminder of how much you've grown, showing you that what once felt important no longer holds the same weight. Either way, these encounters are not meant to pull you back, but to free you. It's as if the universe is tying up loose ends, ensuring that no unfinished thread is left dangling in your story. Along with people, you may also find that certain habits or routines that once felt essential now seem completely irrelevant. The things that used to bring comfort or structure may suddenly feel empty, like a song you've played too many times until it no longer moves you. This is because your energy is shifting, and what once matched your frequency no longer does. You might wake up one morning and realize that a long-held goal no longer excites you, or that a certain activity drains you instead of inspiring you. If this happens, don't resist it. The universe is helping you shed outdated patterns that no longer align with where you are meant to go. Imagine an old key that once opened doors but now fits nowhere. It's time to put it down and trust that a new key will soon be placed in your hand. Another unmistakable sign that an old cycle is being forced closed is when things in your life start breaking down, literally. Whether it's a car, an appliance, or something symbolic like a relationship or job, when things repeatedly malfunction or fall apart, it's often a message that they no longer belong in your reality. This isn't bad luck. It's divine intervention. The universe is creating space by removing what is outdated. It's like a tree shedding its leaves in autumn. If it held onto them, there would be no room for new growth. So, if something keeps falling apart, no matter how much effort you put into fixing it, take it as a sign that it's meant to leave your life. Instead of forcing it to stay, allow it to go, knowing that what's falling away is making room for something far better. And finally, as these cycles close, a new door will open instantly. Unlike the slow transitions you may have experienced in the past, this shift will be swift. One moment, something ends, and in the next, a new path reveals itself. This is because the energy now moves faster, like a river that has finally broken through a dam. The moment you let go of the past, something new will take its place. Whether it's a fresh opportunity, a new relationship, or an unexpected breakthrough, the universe is aligning everything perfectly, ensuring that as one chapter ends, another begins immediately. Trust this process. The more you allow the old to close, the faster the new will unfold before you. 3. The war between your mind and soul will intensify. There is a battle happening within you, a tug-of-war between your logical mind and your soul's deeper knowing. It's like two opposing forces, pulling in different directions, one tied to the rules of this world, the other connected to something far beyond it. Your mind, trained by years of conditioning, wants certainty, proof, and logic. It wants to understand every detail before making a move. But your soul, it already knows the truth. It doesn't need evidence. It feels the answer deep within. Right now, this conflict is reaching its peak, making decisions feel heavier than ever. You may find yourself questioning everything, analyzing possibilities from every angle, yet feeling no closer to an answer. This is because the old way of thinking, where logic ruled over intuition, is being dismantled. As this inner war intensifies, you may experience waves of exhaustion. Overthinking will drain you faster than physical work. You might find yourself lying in bed, mind racing with thoughts, yet waking up feeling as if you never rested at all. Headaches, pressure around the forehead, or even dizziness may occur because your mind is working overtime to keep control, resisting the soul's natural flow. Imagine trying to push against a river's current. This is what your mind is doing when it refuses to surrender to what your soul already knows. The more you fight it, the more fatigued you will feel. At the same time, fear-based thoughts will become louder, almost as if they are screaming for attention. Your mind will create worst-case scenarios, whispering doubts, trying to keep you in a state of hesitation. This is its way of keeping you safe, clinging to the familiar rather than embracing the unknown. But deep down, your soul isn't afraid. It recognizes these fears as illusions, like shadows on a wall that disappear once the light shines. If you find yourself torn between fear and a quiet sense of knowing, trust that the knowing is real. Your soul doesn't deal in fear. It operates in truth. During this time, making decisions based on logic alone will feel impossible. You may go back and forth endlessly, seeking reassurance, but never finding it. But the moment you shift from overthinking to simply feeling, clarity will come instantly. It will feel like flipping a switch. The fog that once clouded your mind will lift, and the answer will be right in front of you. Trusting your gut in these moments will become your greatest tool. Your body will react before your mind does. If something feels heavy, restrictive, or draining, it's a sign that it's not for you. If it feels light, expansive, and freeing, that's your soul saying yes. The sooner you listen to this inner compass, the easier your path will become. Ultimately, the speed of your transition depends on how quickly you can let go of control and lean into trust. The more you resist, the more turbulence you will experience. But the moment you surrender, accepting that your soul's wisdom is greater than your mind's logic, you will find a new sense of ease. It's like learning to float in water. The harder you try to stay afloat, the more you sink. But when you relax, the water naturally holds you up. Right now, the universe is asking you to trust, to let go of the need for certainty, and to embrace the path that is unfolding before you. The sooner you do, the smoother this transition will be. 4. Your personal timeline is speeding up or slowing down. Time is no longer behaving the way it used to. Some days, it feels like everything is happening at once. Opportunities, changes, and decisions piling up so quickly that you barely have a moment to catch your breath. Other times, it feels like you're trapped in slow motion, as if nothing is moving forward, no matter how much effort you put in. This distortion of time isn't random. It's the universe adjusting your personal timeline. Imagine you are on a moving walkway at an airport. Some people are gliding forward effortlessly, while others are walking in place but getting nowhere. Right now, your timeline is either accelerating or slowing down, depending on where you are meant to be. As this shift unfolds, you may notice an increase in synchronicities, moments that feel too perfect to be a coincidence. Repeated numbers, such as 1111 or 333, may start appearing more frequently. You might think of someone and suddenly receive a message from them. Déjà vu may strike more often, making you feel as if you've already lived certain moments before. These experiences are signs that your timeline is aligning with a higher plan. It's like seeing road signs on a highway, confirming that you're headed in the right direction. The more synchronicities you notice, the faster you are moving toward where you are meant to be. For some, however, time may feel like it has come to a complete standstill. You might feel stuck, as if you're waiting for something unknown. This can be frustrating, but it's not a punishment. It's a redirection. Imagine trying to board a train before it has arrived. No matter how eager you are to move forward, the train won't come any faster. The universe is making sure everything is aligning perfectly before allowing you to proceed. If you feel like nothing is happening, trust that things are shifting behind the scenes. What feels like a delay is actually divine timing at work. One of the most surprising aspects of this timeline shift is that future opportunities may start appearing before you feel ready. You may suddenly be offered a job, a relationship, or a major life change that seems premature. This is happening because your soul is already prepared, even if your mind isn't. It's like being pushed into the deep end of a pool before you're fully confident in your swimming skills. But the truth is, You don't need more time to prepare. You need to trust that you can handle what is being placed before you. The universe wouldn't present you with something if you weren't ready to receive it. At the same time, if something in your life feels like it's on pause, whether it's a relationship, career move, or personal goal, it's because the timing isn't right yet. This isn't the same as being stuck. It's a temporary hold to ensure that all pieces fall into place. Think of it like baking a cake. If you take it out too soon, it won't be fully formed. If something in your life feels paused, it means it's still in the process of coming together. When the moment is right, everything will move forward effortlessly. Right now, the key is to trust the flow of time rather than fight against it. Whether things are speeding up or slowing down, know that it's happening for a reason. The more you surrender to the natural rhythm of your personal timeline, the easier this transition will become. 5. Your sleep is being hacked for energy downloads. Lately, sleep is no longer just rest. It has become a gateway to something bigger. You may have noticed that your dreams are more vivid, intense, and filled with strange symbols that linger even after you wake up. It's as if your subconscious is speaking in a secret language, revealing messages that you can't fully grasp while awake. These dreams are not random. They are downloads of energy and wisdom from the universe. Think of your mind as a computer receiving an update overnight, installing new insights that will help you in the coming days. Your dreams may be strange, filled with people you don't know or places you've never been, but every detail carries meaning. If you keep waking up around 3 a.m. or 4 a.m., it's not just a coincidence. This is the time when the veil between the physical and spiritual realms is thinnest. Imagine it like a radio signal. During the day, there is too much static to hear the messages clearly, but in the stillness of early morning, the transmission becomes crystal clear. Your subconscious is wide open, absorbing cosmic messages like a sponge. Waking up at these odd hours may feel like an interruption, but it's actually a sign that you're being tuned into a higher frequency. Instead of feeling frustrated, take a moment to breathe and listen. Sometimes the message isn't in words, but in the way you feel upon waking. Despite spending hours asleep, you may still wake up feeling drained, as if you've been running a marathon in your dreams. That's because, in a way, you have. Your soul is traveling beyond this physical realm, exploring higher dimensions and gathering knowledge that your conscious mind isn't fully aware of yet. This process, often called astral traveling, is like taking a journey to a different world while your body remains in bed. Imagine your soul as a student attending a nighttime class in the universe's grand school, learning lessons that will slowly unfold in your waking life. The exhaustion you feel is proof that you've been working on a deeper level. At times, you might experience the opposite, sudden bursts of energy at night when you should be winding down. This can feel like an electrical surge running through your body, making it impossible to relax. It's not just restlessness, it's a sign that your spiritual system is being activated. Imagine flipping on a light switch in a dark room. Your entire being is being illuminated with new frequencies. These energy waves might cause tingling sensations, rapid thoughts, or even the feeling that you are vibrating from within. This is your body adjusting to the upgrades, and though it may be uncomfortable, it's a powerful sign that you are evolving. Perhaps the strangest thing of all is waking up with a single word, image, or number stuck in your mind. It may seem random, but it's actually a message sent directly to you. It's like the universe slipping a note under your door, hoping you'll read it. That one symbol might be a clue, a confirmation, or even a warning. Pay attention. Look up the meaning of the word, research the number, or reflect on the image. The answer may not be obvious at first, but trust that it's meant for you. These seemingly small details are puzzle pieces in the bigger picture of your awakening. Your sleep is no longer just about resting. It's about receiving, learning, and transforming. While your conscious mind takes a break, your soul is hard at work, collecting the energy and information you need for what's coming next. The more you embrace these nighttime experiences, the easier it will be to integrate the wisdom they bring. 6. Emotional flashbacks will trigger deep healing. Lately, emotions may be coming at you like waves crashing against the shore, sudden, strong, and sometimes overwhelming. You might be going about your day when, out of nowhere, a forgotten feeling from years ago resurfaces. Maybe it's sadness from an old heartbreak, anger from a past betrayal, or nostalgia for a time you barely even remember. These emotions don't come from your present situation, yet they feel as real and intense as if they happened yesterday. This isn't random. It's part of a deep emotional reset. Imagine your subconscious as a storage room filled with old boxes. Right now, the universe is shining a bright light into that space, revealing what has been left unattended for too long. At times, these emotions may be so strong that they bring physical reactions, tears welling up without warning, a sudden tightness in your chest, or even an unexplainable sense of relief. You may not always understand why you're feeling this way, but that doesn't mean the process isn't important. Think of it like an old wound that was hidden under layers of bandages. Now, the bandages are being removed, and though it may sting, it's the only way for true healing to happen. Instead of questioning why you feel this way, allow yourself to simply feel. Let the emotions pass through you like a river flowing to the ocean, rather than trying to hold them back like a dam. What makes this phase even more intense is that people from your past might start showing up, either in real life, in dreams, or through sudden thoughts and memories. It's as if the universe is using them as mirrors to reflect what's still unhealed within you. An old friend you haven't spoken to in years might send a message, or you may suddenly think about someone who hurt you long ago. These encounters are not coincidences. They are invitations to finally close the emotional loops that have been lingering in your subconscious. Think of it like a book you once started but never finished. Now, the final chapter is being revealed, giving you the chance to bring closure. When an old memory surfaces, it's not trying to pull you back into the past. It's rising so that it can be released. It's like an old song playing on the radio, one that used to hold so much emotion, but now, as you listen again, you realize it doesn't affect you the same way anymore. This is a sign that healing is happening. Memories that once had a grip on you are losing their power, and this is how you reclaim your energy. Instead of resisting these moments, see them as opportunities to free yourself from the emotional weight you've been unknowingly carrying. During this time, the most important thing you can do is allow emotions to flow without judgment. Too often, people suppress their feelings, thinking they are a sign of weakness or regression. But emotions are like water. They are meant to move, not be bottled up. If you feel the need to cry, let the tears fall, like rain cleansing the earth. If anger rises, express it in a healthy way rather than letting it simmer beneath the surface. This isn't a setback, it's a purge. It's your soul making space for something new by clearing out the old. As you go through this, remind yourself that healing isn't always a peaceful process. It can be raw, messy, and unpredictable, but just like a storm, eventually gives way to clear skies. This emotional purge is leading you toward clarity, peace, and a lighter heart. Trust the process and let whatever needs to rise, rise, because on the other side of this release is freedom. 7. Your physical body is becoming a frequency detector. Lately, emotions may be coming at you like waves crashing against the shore, sudden, strong, and sometimes overwhelming. You might be going about your day when, out of nowhere, a forgotten feeling from years ago resurfaces. Maybe it's sadness from an old heartbreak, anger from a past betrayal, or nostalgia for a time you barely even remember. These emotions don't come from your present situation, yet they feel as real and intense as if they happened yesterday. This isn't random. It's part of a deep emotional reset. Imagine your subconscious as a storage room filled with old boxes. Right now, the universe is shining a bright light into that space, revealing what has been left unattended for too long. At times, these emotions may be so strong that they bring physical reactions, tears welling up without warning, a sudden tightness in your chest, or even an unexplainable sense of relief. You may not always understand why you're feeling this way, but that doesn't mean the process isn't important. Think of it like an old wound that was hidden under layers of bandages. Now the bandages are being removed, and though it may sting, it's the only way for true healing to happen. Instead of questioning why you feel this way, allow yourself to simply feel. Let the emotions pass through you like a river flowing to the ocean, rather than trying to hold them back like a dam. What makes this phase even more intense is that people from your past might start showing up, either in real life, in dreams, or through sudden thoughts and memories. It's as if the universe is using them as mirrors to reflect what's still unhealed within you. An old friend you haven't spoken to in years might send a message, or you may suddenly think about someone who hurt you long ago. These encounters are not coincidences. They are invitations to finally close the emotional loops that have been lingering in your subconscious. Think of it like a book you once started but never finished. Now, the final chapter is being revealed, giving you the chance to bring closure. When an old memory surfaces, it's not trying to pull you back into the past. It's rising so that it can be released. It's like an old song playing on the radio, one that used to hold so much emotion, but now, as you listen again, you realize it doesn't affect you the same way anymore. This is a sign that healing is happening. Memories that once had a grip on you are losing their power, and this is how you reclaim your energy. Instead of resisting these moments, see them as opportunities to free yourself from the emotional weight you've been unknowingly carrying. During this time, the most important thing you can do is allow emotions to flow without judgment. Too often, people suppress their feelings, thinking they are a sign of weakness or regression. But emotions are like water. They are meant to move, not be bottled up. If you feel the need to cry, let the tears fall like rain cleansing the earth. If anger rises, express it in a healthy way, rather than letting it simmer beneath the surface. This isn't a setback, it's a purge. It's your soul making space for something new by clearing out the old. As you go through this, remind yourself that healing isn't always a peaceful process. It can be raw, messy, and unpredictable. But just like a storm eventually gives way to clear skies, this emotional purge is leading you toward clarity, peace, and a lighter heart. Trust the process and let whatever needs to rise, rise, because on the other side of this release is freedom. 8. The universe will give you one final test before the shift completes. Just when you think you've made it through the storm, the universe throws one final test your way. It's like reaching the last level of a game. Before you advance, you must prove that you've truly learned the lessons. This test won't be obvious at first. It may appear in the form of an old connection, an unexpected challenge, or a tempting shortcut that seems too good to be true. The key is recognizing it for what it is, not an obstacle, but a doorway. How you respond will determine how fast you move into the next energy phase. One of the clearest signs of this test is the sudden reappearance of a person from your past. This could be an ex-partner, an old friend, or even a family member who once triggered deep emotional wounds. Their return isn't random. It's a mirror, showing you whether you've truly healed or if old patterns still have a grip on you. If their presence stirs up resentment, regret, or longing, it's a sign that something unresolved is surfacing. But if you can see them with neutrality, without emotional attachment, you'll know you've passed. The test isn't about them, it's about you. Alongside this, an unexpected challenge may force you to choose between growth and comfort. It might be an opportunity disguised as a setback, perhaps a job loss, a financial hurdle, or an emotional trigger that shakes your foundation. Imagine standing at a crossroads, with one path leading into the unknown, and the other looping back to familiar ground. Your old self might want to retreat, seeking safety in what's familiar, but your higher self is urging you forward. The discomfort you feel isn't punishment. It's proof that you're being pushed into expansion. Beware of the easy way out. A shortcut will likely present itself, promising relief without the effort. It may come in the form of a quick fix, an old habit creeping back in, or a decision that feels convenient but not aligned with your soul's journey. Think of it like walking through a dense forest. One path is well-worn and easy to navigate, but it circles back to where you started. The other is unfamiliar, requiring courage and trust. If something seems too effortless or bypasses the work you've done, it may be a trick to pull you back into old cycles. True transformation demands that you choose the path of real change, even when it feels uncertain. The hardest decision will often be the right one. This test isn't about making the most comfortable choice. It's about making the one that aligns with your soul's highest good. It may require you to say no when you would have once said yes, to walk away when you would have once stayed, or to trust yourself over the opinions of others. The weight of this decision might feel overwhelming, but deep down, you will know what you need to do. Your intuition will whisper the answer, but your mind may resist. This is the final push. Will you choose what's easy, or will you choose what's right? Your response to this test will determine how quickly you transition into the next energy phase. The universe isn't testing you to punish you, but to confirm that you're truly ready for what's ahead. Every challenge, every temptation, every decision is like a key. Turn it the right way, and the door will open. Trust that you have the wisdom to choose correctly. You've come too far to turn back now. The shift is waiting. The question is, are you?